Hello, welcome back to the channel. I haven't done as many videos as I like because I've had a nasty cold, so I'm getting over a cold. So what this video is looking a bit at Winter Americans, my existing force, and actually I'm going to be looking at new sprues and some of the things I've done with it. So this is my existing force, and if you've seen any of my other bot action videos, I am focusing on two armies for the beginning of bot action, my Winter Americans and my British Jungle Force. Winter Americans, this is what I've got painted so far, and I'm going to add some armoured elements to it and flesh out the heavy weapons platoon. So where are we? So I'll be playing smaller points games of bot action up to about 750 points, and these fellas have done pretty well so far for us. What I've done is taken some of my learning points from the last edition, which what I was doing with my Marines and my bars was making fire and manoeuvre squads. Obviously, when the rules change, some of the more optimal builds have changed. So I've tried to keep it historical with fire and manoeuvre squads, but there is a weakness in the army, and the weakness was I didn't have enough riflemen. So what we've got here, so generally a squad of 8 men, mainly armed with rifles. There's a submachine gun leader in there. I've got a squad of 5 submachine guns here and 2 squads of sort of 6 and 7 with bars. Now the American rules give you extra shots for rifle shots, so the bars aren't benefiting from that. So that's one of the reasons why I've kind of gone for the smaller squads. But I do value that 36-inch range with the bars, obviously 6-inch movement plus 30 inches range. In my games before, especially at small points, you can end up with squads out of place, not quite reaching the enemy, so I'm really valuing that. Other thing I've done actually is, you probably see my couple of spare bars here, and I've painted the rims of the base red so I could actually see what the squad composition loadouts were as we're going on. And then I've got sort of options of forward observers, medics. I've always rated medics, bazooka teams. I'm really enjoying bazooka teams and snipers. I'm actually really liking anti-tank as sort of an ancillary sniper role. Partners, if I needed a more senior officer, rifle platoon commander. Heavy machine guns, making a comeback. I've finally put them in my list, been using heavy machine guns, and obviously a mortar there. Like I say, I'll be adding to this army. The first thing, as you probably notice, is a lack of riflemen. So what I've done is got the new sprue plastic Americans, and I've made 6 riflemen for my squads. So I thought I'd give them a look, see size comparison, how they look and feel next to existing models. So if I get a guy that stood next to a guy that stood. So the plastics are a wee bit chunkier, as we can see. Fraction taller, but I think they're gonna actually guy with gun next to guy with gun. Yeah, they do look a bit chunky, as you might expect. Not too much of a size difference. I think once I've got a couple of sprues of these painted up and added in, once they're based and unify, similar sort of colours for the great coats and stuff, it'll be looking okay. So, like I say, I've added 6 riflemen. I've got myself 2 sprues, so it gives us 12 extra bodies. So looked at riflemen first. So ideally I want 2 quite large, in smaller points games, 2 quite large sort of manoeuvre squads with as many rifles or submachine guns in as I can get, with the smaller squads sitting back. At the moment, we don't have rules for rifle grenades. More of that in 2 ticks when I look at the sprue. So I'm expecting that if the Book of the Americans come out, when the Book of the Armies of the United States come out, we will get rifle grenade rules in there. So let's have a look at a sprue itself. So what we're getting on the sprue, a load of different head options. Okay, both with covers and without covers. So 16 heads there for 6 bodies. Faces, bases and faces, what people look at, so it gives you plenty of variety there. Extra pouches, Thompsons. Now you do get enough rifle arms for 6. I think you actually get 7 rifle arms, if I remember correctly. I mean, I only built those riflemen yesterday, so I should remember. But let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rifles. You also get this, which is a scoped rifle, which you can make into a sniper rifle. A couple of submachine guns, certainly the kind of grease gun, and there's a Thompson floating around somewhere. There you go. Obviously 6 bodies, no more laying down bodies, kneeling body, trenching tool, pouches and ammunition. Now the really interesting thing becomes the stuff we've got extra. So we've got bazooka, we've also got bits for an officer, so we've got radio, that's bazooka ammunition, officer's pistols should you need to make one. You've got a bar, then you've also got a grenade, telescope, map. This is our rifle, grenade, magazine, pouches, bandoliers, canteens, and extra ammunition. So actually, it's a pretty good sprue. Like I say, I managed to make the 6 riflemen, and I think I've gone for slightly more unique poses. So a guy kind of stood with his canteen. He's got a cigarette. I think it's a cigarette, could be a pen. So a cigarette. There's actually a couple of the faces where the guys are smoking cigarettes. Obviously, our opinions on smoking is a lot different to how it was during the 1940s, especially when you're trying to keep warm and you needed them to de-stress. So I'll probably get another 4 of these guys made up as riflemen, so I'll be painting up another 10 riflemen. Actually, I have a box of the metals as well to paint at the same time, so I'll be adding approximately 22 models to the range, to the army. Hopefully, I'll be looking at doing this in February. I've got a sort of a plan ahead of what I'm doing, how I'm doing things, and I've got my Jungle Brits are going to be used in the next round at the War Games Club. We're doing a bot action escalation league. So first 3 rounds. First round, 500 points, 1 platoon. So I've used my Jungle Brits. I kind of quite like to take the same army through all 3 rounds like I did last year. So 2 wins with the Jungle Brits. And then January we start 750 points, where you've got a rifle platoon and an other platoon. I'll talk about that later on, because I've got some surprises coming up in that. And then the final one is 1,000 points. And yeah, I've really enjoyed it. It's a really nice way to get to know the new edition, play some different games. You don't quite know who you're up against. We're not overly competitive in the club. So there you go. So that is an update on where my winter Americans are. Looking at the new sprue and what I've been doing in terms of building a rifleman. Let us know how you're getting on with the new edition of Bot Action version 3. I'm really enjoying it. Actually, talking about these fellas, we've got these fellas as well, because we've got Korean War in the club. So hopefully February, March time, we might even get some sort of rules together for not that we need that many new rules, but putting some Korean War games on at the club as well. But anyway, I hope you're having a great hobby time at the moment. I know I am, even if I'm not getting as much time painting as I'd like. And I look forward to chatting to you in another video. Goodbye for now.